Hey everyone, I'm out here in the garage today, and what I thought I'd talk about today is a tool that I think is very important for a DIYer, and that's circuit testers. So stay tuned. So hopefully everyone's doing well out there. I happen to live in the Seattle area, so things have been a little bit weird around here. But hopefully everyone is getting through this whole situation and not having too many issues. But what I wanted to talk about today is something that is very important to me when it comes to doing work around the house, and that's safety. I've reiterated that many times in the videos that I've done, in that if I'm a DIYer working on different projects around the house, I want to make sure that I take precautions first of all before I do anything, because that's not my number one priority. My number one priority is not to do DIY projects. My number one priority is, first of all, making sure my family's taken care of, and that means making sure they're not introduced to any sort of hazards, and also that I can actually go to work on a daily basis and be able to perform my job. So along those lines, we have tools like this, which is a circuit tester. Because as we know, working on electrical circuits, that can be pretty dangerous. And if you don't take those proper precautions, if you just go at things haphazardly, you could have some really deadly outcomes. So whenever I'm working on an electrical project, like when I'm putting in an outlet, or if I'm rewiring something, or if I'm running a new circuit, I always use a circuit tester. I will keep this on me at all times. I'll have it in my pocket. And anytime I go to turn a breaker off, before I start working on that circuit, I pull this tool out and I'll check that circuit to make sure that that circuit is not live. And I do this religiously. No matter whether I know I turned the circuit off or not, I'll pull this tool out and I'll use it to check the circuit. So I'm not going to do a review of either one of these tools at all. What I am going to talk about is how I use them. I'll do a couple demonstrations, and so let's get into it. All right, so as I mentioned, I have two circuit testers. This one is the commercial electric, and the part number on this one is MS8903H. Then I have a Klein. This is the Klein here, NCV T-2. So let's start first of all with the commercial electric tool. And you can see right there on the side, there's a switch. You've got H, L, and O. So H is high, L is low, and then O is off. So this one will do high voltage and low voltage. And this one's a little bit different from the Klein tool in that this one is more of a proximity sensing tool and doesn't have any sort of lights on it except for the light right there. Whereas the Klein tool has lights in the front. So let's give this one a try. I'm going to try that on this live circuit right there. So I'm going to put this on high. You can hear that audible noise there. And if I get this close up to the outlet, you can hear that buzzing. Take it away. So I don't actually have to be touching any part of the electrical circuit. It'll automatically sense that there is a live circuit right there and let me know that via an audible noise. All right, so let's take a look at the Klein next. So you can see the Klein's got these, that's the on button right there. You can see the light comes on, that's a blue light. And then when you turn it off, that green light flashes and it goes out. So I'm going to turn this on. Okay, so it's ready to use. And with this one's a little bit different from the other one. So if I run this close to the circuit, you can see it automatically started to beep there to give me sort of a warning that there's a potential live circuit nearby. And if I put this in there, it's got this little tip on the end. So put that in the outlet. So it told me that definitely, yes, that circuit is live, and it also gave me a warning up front to let me know that there's a potential live circuit nearby. So I use this one a lot more than the other tool, just because it does have the lights, and so I've got the audible warning, and then I've also got the lights to tell me that something is going on, or something, you know, there's a live circuit potentially close by, or that I'm actually on a live circuit. All right, so I've turned the circuit off here. You can see the light is out, the charging light's out right there. So what I'm going to do is turn the Klein on, and we're going to check the circuit real quick. See, as I get closer, the blue light's still on, nothing's happening. Go ahead and plug it in. Again, nothing happens. So basically it's telling us that this circuit is not live right now. Let's try the commercial electric tool. I'm going to flip that to high. You can hear that makes a little bit of a noise. And that's a little bit disconcerting to me when I use this tool, is that you do get those kinds of noises as you move the tool around, and that's why I bought the Klein tool, to be a little bit more sure. So let's go ahead and get this one up close. You can see it's just making a bunch of noise as I move it around, but it's not actually telling me that the circuit is live right now. All right, so I thought I'd try both of these circuit testers on some low voltage wire. So this is a doorbell wire. What happened here, now normally the doorbell wire wouldn't be running on the wall like this. I had to move the doorbell because the wiring inside the wall in the house was bad. The doorbell is actually on the other side of the house, but I had to put the doorbell up here, and so that we could actually use the doorbell. So the wiring goes from a transformer over there over to this doorbell. And what I'm going to do is take the Klein first. I'm going to turn that on, and I'll put it up here. And you can see as we get close, that red light comes on telling us that we do have a live low voltage circuit. And as you saw, when it senses a high voltage circuit, it actually beeps a lot more rapidly. So that's the Klein tool. Let's try the commercial electric tool next. All right, so I've got the commercial electric tool here, and what I'm going to do is flip it on to low voltage, or L, and we'll put it up close to the doorbell wiring and see if it can sense that. All right, so as you can tell, we got an audible noise letting us know that we do have some voltage going through this wiring here. All right, so I have that same low voltage wiring I used for the doorbell right here on the bench. We're just going to kind of prove that both these testers are working correctly. So I'm going to turn this one on, and then I'll hold it up against there. And as you see, the blue light's still on, so we've got no evidence of any sort of voltage traveling through these wires. So let's try this one next. Same thing, we're going to put it on the low voltage setting. And do the same thing on this one. And we get nothing. So we were able to confirm that yes, both those testers are working correctly. All right, so there you have it. Just a brief look at electrical circuit testers. And like I said, I keep one of those on me at all times when I'm working on an electrical circuit. It's very easy to get caught up in the back and forth of going to the panel and then back to your circuit and then back to the panel. And in the midst of all that back and forth, forget that you haven't turned the circuit off. So it's very, very important, in my opinion, to make sure you pull the circuit tester out and check that circuit before you start working on it. So hopefully this information was helpful, and thanks for watching. See links in the description below. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check us out on social media. And thanks for watching.